Hi, my name is David. This is infj Writer, and today I'm going to give you a look inside of my mind. Or something. You can imagine, as an INFJ and as somebody who is interested in topics like self-growth and achieving things, I don't know, that one of the things I do often is sort of poke around and research things that I can do, techniques that I can adapt that will help me do these things, help me get over some of my anxieties and some of my imposter syndrome nonsense, and just help me, I don't know, just kind of focus my thoughts and improve myself to INFJ Writer 2.0 or something, or just generally become a better person. If you look at this stuff for any period of time, you're going to come across a lot of advice that says journal, and you should be journaling, and you should be writing in a journal every day, and journal, and just write all these things down and pen down your thoughts and all this kind of stuff. So here is my journal, and this is a very important video because I'm going to give you a look into my head and tell you why journaling sucks, at least for me, as a I don't know, as a whatever I am and whatever psychological nonsense I have going on from one day to the next. I have a hard time focusing anyway. And so journaling, combined with being an INFJ, who is a very external feeling type of person, and I've got a lot of empathy, actually becomes an exercise in increasing my anxiety to a great degree, and I will explain why. So I'm going to open this up, and the first thing to note about this journal is that about this much, so I'd say 80% of it is unfilled. And I've had this thing for a long time. Okay, so I'm realizing that this is the last time I actually tried to journal was a year ago. Yeah, see, and it was even longer than that. Oh man, this is embarrassing. It wasn't even a journal entry. The last thing I did was I drew this monster, and I'm not really sure why. This isn't even like a journaling thing. That's just me doodling a ridiculous looking monster. I mean, look at his eyes. He's so sad. That's probably how I was feeling at the time. Anyway, that was August of last year, so this is what it's like. And so I started this one in 2017. I just find this to be hysterical because, like, why do I even bother? Like, why did I even bother? I knew this was going to happen when I got it. I'm like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to get a nice pen, and I'm going to journal my heart out, and it's going to be great. So my first entry in my journal was in November of 2017, and it was titled Stuff I Must Do. Number 1 was clean the fridge. Number 2 was construct a mechanized dinosaur that eats people who do not use the crosswalk. And number 3 was get a haircut. And I even drew the mechanized dinosaur eating somebody that was not using the crosswalk. See, this is what it's like for me. I sit down and I have full intention to sit there like, I really need to just get my thoughts out, and I need to write this stuff down, and I need to, talk to the journal as if it is my greatest confidant, and I can say all these things. No, that's not what I do. I'm drawing mechanized dinosaurs that are eating people that don't use a crosswalk. To be fair, it's really annoying when people don't use the crosswalk. Then we go to later on in November of 2017, when I decided to write poetry. And my poem was, roses are red, violets are blue. I want a giant carnivorous plant so I can feed it people I don't like. And there it is. Person I don't like, giant carnivorous plant. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty good drawing of a giant carnivorous plant, though. But yeah, I could totally use those. So this is what happens. And why does this happen to me? Because I have the best intention when it comes to journaling. I want to sit down and I want to journal full of all of my thoughts and everything else, but I can't focus for long enough. My handwriting obviously just sucks. So it just becomes really, really difficult for me to kind of get into it. And then something always inevitably happens. And I have a few journals that are just like this, that kind of do the same thing, where I don't write for a while. And then I I put feelings in the journal, and I think it's judging me. And so I'll see it sitting there on a counter looking at me like, you haven't written in me in a while. Like, you're kind of the worst person ever. And I feel empty inside because, frankly, my journal is empty inside. And then I just start to feel really bad. And then when I do pick it up to write and like I can't really think of anything, I put it away and I'm like, I'm so sorry, buddy. I don't have it in me today. Oh, and here's okay. So here we are in this is late November. So my intention when I picked this journal up was to be like, okay, I'm going to write this every day. And this is exactly what I was just talking about. Here's my journal entry, November 29th, 2017. I missed a day of journaling. I actually felt pretty terrible. Then I didn't want to journal today because of the shame of having 2 dates on pages that were a day apart. What the hell, INFJ? It's okay to miss a day. It's not the end of the world, even though I felt like a super shitty failure for missing 1 day. So I'm back on track now, ready to get all caught up, and I will try not to miss tomorrow. And if I do, it's okay. See, I'm using this journal to give me pep talks. I bought a mug today and it had a unicorn on it. Why do fat unicorns make me so happy? I need to draw a fat unicorn. There's the fat unicorn. I also put at the bottom of that, I don't know why he's floating. Is it magic? Maybe it is. Then eventually, and it's not that many pages later, I get to February of 2018. And here's the entry that ends up happening. So hi journal, how have you been? Work going well? Kids good? Sorry I haven't written. I've been kind of busy, so yeah, no, we're totally still doing this. I'm just, busy, and I was a little sick and all, and work stuff. Whew, so busy. I just lost track of time. No, I know it's been a month. Don't go. Seriously, hello? That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote because I can't actually do that. And then right before the monster is I'm going to ignore the fact that it has been 6 months since I wrote in this, moving right along. And that was a year ago. And I'm not going to put anything else in this thing because honestly, I think it's just kind of funny to leave it as is at this point. So why is this? Why does this happen? I really don't know. I don't know if it's an attention span thing. I don't know if I just don't have the capability or capacity. And here I am with this YouTube channel, and I've been doing videos since April, and except for, I think, last week or the week before, I've hit 2 a week on these, and I'm able to keep up with it and keep consistent with it. And maybe it's just because it's more fun. I don't know. And it's not like I don't like writing. I love writing. Maybe it's just the writing by hand. Teachers used to beat me with reeds because my handwriting was so terrible. So maybe I've just been conditioned to not want to do it anymore. Either way, I'd like to know what you are. If you're an INFJ and you're a journaler and you can keep up with it, then kudos to you. I guess I'm just wired in a slightly different way, and I find something like speaking my thoughts, oddly enough, a little bit easier than writing them or finding things to write about that way. I am most comfortable when I am typing and when I am getting words out that way because I feel like I can keep up with my thoughts and my hands are going a little bit faster and the thoughts are flowing out a little bit easier. I guess I'm just really curious if anyone out there has the same kind of issues that I do with journaling, where you just kind of leave it there and then all of a sudden you're putting all of these feelings and emotions on the journal and then you think it's looking at you and you feel guilty and terrible. So until the next video, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell, all that great stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one.